Good evening. This is All India Radio. I am Nishit Kumar and with me is Manoj Singh Rana with the evening news. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says MSP and government procurement of crops are essential components of food security. Prime Minister hails Food and Agriculture Organization for ensuring food security across the globe. Government extends concessional rate of 40% discount on cargo movement between India and Chabahar port in Iran for 1 year. COVID-19 recovery rate reaches 87.56%, and in IPL cricket, Kolkata Knight Riders face Mumbai Indians at Abu Dhabi. As the nation fights the COVID-19 pandemic, we begin with a note of precaution to stay safe and stay protected by following these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki doori for social distancing, and focus on hand and face hygiene. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that the government is committed to protect the minimum support price MSP, and government procurement of crops are the essential components of food security. He was taking part in a program on the occasion of World Food Day.
MSP और सरकारी खरीद देश की फूड सिक्योरिटी का अहम हिस्सा है, इसलिए इसका वैज्ञानिक तरीके से अच्छी से अच्छी व्यवस्था के साथ अच्छा सा अच्छा प्रबंधन भी हो और ये आगे भी जारी रहे, ये बहुत आवश्यक है और हम इसके लिए प्रतिबद्ध हैं.
On this occasion, Prime Minister released a commemorative coin of 75 rupee denomination to mark the 75th anniversary of Food and Agriculture Organization FAO today. He hailed the role of FAO in ensuring food security across the globe.
आज जो 75 रुपये का विशेष सिक्का जारी किया गया है, वो भारत की 130 करोड़ से अधिक जनता जनार्दन की तरफ से आपकी सेवा भावना का सम्मान है. FAO के वर्ल्ड फूड प्रोग्राम को इस वर्ष का नोबेल शांति पुरस्कार मिलना भी एक बहुत महत्वपूर्ण सीमा चिन्ह है और भारत को खुशी है कि इसमें भी भारत की साझेदारी और भारत का जुड़ाव बहुत ही ऐतिहासिक रहा है.
The Prime Minister also dedicated 17 recently developed biofortified varieties of 8 crops to the nation. He said farmers in the country are an important pillar in the government's endeavor towards food revolution. He stressed that the farmers have played a significant role in maintaining a robust food supply chain in the country even during the tough times of coronavirus pandemic. The Prime Minister added the government initiated a multidimensional approach to address the issue of malnutrition in the country.
एक तरफ नेशनल न्यूट्रिशन मिशन शुरू हुआ तो दूसरी तरफ हर उस फैक्टर पर काम किया गया जो कुपोषण बढ़ाने का कारण था. बहुत बड़े स्तर पर परिवार और समाज के व्यवहार में परिवर्तन के लिए भी काम किया. स्वच्छ भारत मिशन के तहत भारत में 11 करोड़ से ज्यादा शौचालय बने. दूर दराज वाले इलाकों में शौचालय बनने से जहां स्वच्छता आई, वहीं डायरिया जैसी अनेक बीमारियों में भी कमी देखने को मिली.
The Prime Minister said even when the world was reeling under the corona pandemic, the government reached out to the people in the country and ensured availability of nutritious food to over 80 crore people. Lauding the new agriculture-related acts, the Prime Minister said they will fortify the mandis and also the farmers in the country.
बीते 6 साल में देश की इन कृषि मंडियों में बेहतर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर तैयार करने के लिए 2,500 करोड़ रुपए से अधिक का निवेश किया जा चुका है. इन मंडियों में आईटी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर तैयार करने के लिए भी सैकड़ों करोड़ रुपए खर्च किए गए हैं. इन मंडियों को इनाम यानी नेशनल एग्रीकल्चर मार्केट से भी जोड़ा जा रहा है. एपीएमसी कानून में जो संशोधन किया गया है, उनका लक्ष्य इन एपीएमसी को अधिक कॉम्पिटिटिव बनाने का है. किसानों को लागत का 1.5 गुना दाम एमएसपी के रूप में मिले, इसके लिए भी अनेक कदम उठाए गए हैं.
Mr. Modi said a large network of farmer-producer organizations or FPOs are also being created to bring revolutionary changes in the life of small farmers. The program was also attended by Union Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar, Women and Child Development Minister Smriti Irani, senior officials of FAO and other ministries. It was witnessed by Anganwadis, Krishi Vigyan Kendras, organic and horticulture missions across the country. Food Processing Industries Minister Narendra Singh Tomar today virtually inaugurated the India International Food and Agri Week. Addressing the inaugural session, Mr. Tomar said the Indian food processing sector is 32% of India's food market. The minister said proper marketing and latest technology can lead to greater development of the agriculture sector, and significant steps have been taken in this direction. He added that with 3.4% GDP growth rate, the agriculture sector has contributed hugely to India's economic growth even during COVID times. Mr. Tomar said the ministry has started an awareness campaign named Anna Devo Bhav to mark this occasion. He stressed that along with increasing awareness about the value of food, we must also focus on reducing food wastage. He said the focus of the agro and food tech is on the use of technology in the field of the food and agriculture sector to increase the income of farmers, as it is in line with the goal set by the Prime Minister to double the income of farmers by 2022. Home Minister Amit Shah has expressed gratitude to Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar for dedicating a variety of new seeds of various crops to farmers. In a series of tweets, Mr. Shah said, "Today is a historic day for the agriculture sector." He said dedication of 70 new seeds of 8 crops to farmers will provide nutrition to the people, and the nation will move from green revolution to evergreen revolution. The Home Minister said the Modi government is committed to making the agriculture sector self-reliant as well as provider of nutritional security to the country. He said the nutritional value of these crops will be 3 times higher, which will make a normal plate of food nutritious by adding essential nutritional elements such as protein, calcium and iron. Mr. Shah added that proper nutrition is the right of every citizen, and the Modi government is working towards it day and night. Mr. Shah said these visionary decisions of the Prime Minister will not only provide proper nutrition to the poorest of the poor, but will also increase the income of farmers.
The centre has deputed high-level teams to Kerala, Karnataka, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh and West Bengal in view of surge in the number of new COVID-19 cases in these states in recent days. Each team comprises of a joint secretary, one public health expert to look after the public health aspects, and one clinician to look after infection prevention practices and clinical management protocol being followed by the state. Union Health Ministry said the teams will support the state efforts towards strengthening containment, surveillance, testing, infection prevention and control measures and efficient clinical management of the positive cases. The central teams will also guide in effectively managing the challenges related to timely diagnosis and follow-up. As an ongoing effort to strengthen efforts of various states and UTs for COVID management, the central government has been deputing central teams from time to time to visit various states and UTs. These teams interact with states and UTs authorities and get a first-hand understanding of the challenges and issues being faced by them so as to strengthen their ongoing activities and remove bottlenecks, if any. The country is witnessing a gradual trend of declining average of daily COVID cases over the past 5 weeks. The tally of daily new cases has recorded a downturn, with the figures coming down from almost 90,000 daily cases a month back to only around 63,000 new cases being reported in the last 24 hours. The resultant positive effect is also seen in terms of sharp decline in number of active cases, which currently stands at nearly 804,000. With nearly 70,000 recoveries in the last 24 hours, only 10.92% of the total reported cases in the country remain under hospitalization or home isolation. The number of recoveries in the country continues its upward streak and is around 8 times the number of active cases. The country continues to register steady growth in terms of COVID recoveries and has registered a cumulative recovery rate of 87.56%. Over 10,28,000 samples were tested for COVID-19 in the country in the last 24 hours. With this, the cumulative testing figures has risen to over 9,22,54,000. Head of the Oncology Department of the All India Institute of Medical Sciences, New Delhi, Dr. S.V.S. Deo says During the last couple of months, we have proved how to protect ourselves from coronavirus. Talking to AIR News, Dr. Deo said, we should not lose patience and keep following the COVID-appropriate behavior by masking, sanitizing, and maintaining physical distance.
During the last 6 months, we have learned how to fight corona. Now, winter and festival season are fast approaching in India. I request all my brothers and sisters to be more careful and follow 3 important precautions. Wearing of masks, hand washing with sanitizer or soap and water, and maintaining physical distance, especially in crowded areas, maintain a distance of 2 yards. These 3 precautions, you can save yourself and your family and society from corona.
In the process to unlock the state slowly and steadily, the Maharashtra government has asked Central and Western Railways to allow women commuters to travel in Mumbai suburban trains during non-peak hours. Details from our Mumbai correspondent.
Ahead of the Navratri festival that begins tomorrow, Maharashtra government has announced a gift for women commuters. An order issued by the state's Disaster Management, Relief and Rehabilitation Department states that all women commuters should be allowed unrestricted travel between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. and then again from 7 p.m. till the end of service. Stating that entry must be allowed to all women possessing valid tickets, the order issued by Secretary Kishore Raje Nimbalkar clarified that QR codes will not be required for these special commuters. The order reiterated that earlier permission given to emergency services staff to travel in local trains will continue to remain valid for the entire day. The Secretary further instructed concerned authorities to increase the frequency of local trains to meet the increased demand. Nisha Rani, AIR News, Mumbai.
Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan today said that the aim of the government is to make India trans-fat free by 2022, a year ahead of targets set by the World Health Organization. Chairing the event on the World Food Day organized by the FSSAI, Dr. Harshvardhan said due to the unprecedented challenges faced by the world on account of the COVID pandemic, there has been a renewed focus on food, nutrition, health, immunity and sustainability. He said the focus this year is on elimination of trans fats from the food supply chain. The minister said trans fat, a food toxin present in partially hydrogenated vegetable oils, baked and fried foods, is a major contributor to the rise in non-communicable diseases in India. Dr. Harshvardhan stated that trans fat is a modifiable risk factor for cardiovascular diseases. He said eliminating cardiovascular diseases risk factor, especially relevant during COVID-19, as people with this disease are predisposed to have serious conditions having an impact on mortality. The News Services Division of All India Radio in its bilingual live phone-in program today will bring you a special discussion program on COVID-19. Dr. Piyush Ranjan, Department of Medicine, All India Institute of Medical Sciences will participate in the discussion. Listeners can ask questions to the experts on toll-free telephone number 1800-115767. I repeat, 1800-115767. One can also ask questions on telephone numbers 011-2331-4444. I repeat, 011-2331-4444. And post queries on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts using hashtag AskAIR. This can be heard tonight on FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:30 p.m. onwards. This program will also be available on our website newsonair.com and on our YouTube channel News on AIR Official. You can also follow us on News on AIR app for updates. You're listening to the evening news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says MSP and government procurement of crops are essential components of food security. Prime Minister hails Food and Agriculture Organization for ensuring food security across the globe. Government extends concessional rate of 40% discount on cargo movement between India and Chabahar port in Iran for 1 year. COVID-19 recovery rate reaches 87.56%. And in IPL cricket, Kolkata Knight Riders face Mumbai Indians at Abu Dhabi. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts.
चलो मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज
संस्कृत जगत से जुड़ी हुई विभिन्न गतिविधियों के साथ आकाशवाणी से प्रसारित विशेष कार्यक्रम संस्कृत साप्ताहिकी अब नए समय पर प्रत्येक शनिवार प्रातः 11:20 से आकाशवाणी के समाचार चैनल FM गोल्ड पर तथा पुनः प्रसारण रविवार प्रातः 11:20 से।
Government has extended the current concessional rate of 40% discount on cargo movement between India and Chabahar port in Iran for a period of 1 year. Shipping Ministry said the discount will apply for the coastal movement of cargo and vessel-related charges being held at Jawaharlal Nehru Port and Deen Dayal Port to Shahid Beheshti Port, Chabahar. The levy of concessional vessel-related charges is to be applied appropriately, subject to vessel loading of at least 5,000 tons cargo to Shahid Beheshti Port. The ports, in coordination with Indian Ports Global Limited, will jointly evolve a standard operating procedure to ensure that discounts are given to cargo actually discharged or loaded at Shahid Beheshti terminal of Chabahar Port. The minister said the aim of the extension of discount period is to promote the trade through Shahid Beheshti Port. It will also give a boost to coastal movement of cargo. India today hosted the virtual summit of Ministers of Justice of Shanghai Cooperation Organization SCO. Addressing the Ministers of Justice from SCO member states, Law and Justice Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad highlighted the initiatives taken by the Indian government for providing affordable and easy access to justice for all. He mentioned about the pro bono legal services to provide free legal aid to marginalized sections of the society. Mr. Prasad highlighted that through telelaw services initiated in 2017, so far over 3,44,000 free legal consultations have been given to poor people through video conference. He said during COVID-19 pandemic, over 25 lakh hearings have been taken place through video conference at various courts of India, out of which 9,000 virtual hearings took place at the Supreme Court alone. As part of activities of Justice Ministers Forum, the minister urged SCO member states to promote exchange of ideas, best practices and experiences in identified areas through the platform. He also stressed on widening the spectrum of activities being undertaken in the forum.
Education Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank today virtually addressed the students from ASEAN member states who have been selected for the prestigious ASEAN PhD Fellowship Program, or APFP, funded by the Government of India. He said the academic and research ties among India and ASEAN member states will be mutually beneficial for both the regions. It will further strengthen our ties in culture, commerce and connectivity. The APFP will open many doors to synergies in the field of technology and research for the academicians, researchers and the scientists from India and the ASEAN. The minister said the researches and inventions by them will be used for the betterment of mankind across the globe. He said the students of the ASEAN member states have got the opportunity to study in the IITs, which are among the best global institutions. The ASEAN PhD Fellowship Program was announced on the 25th of January 2018 by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the presence of leaders of the 10 ASEAN member states. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today greeted National Security Guard or NSG personnel and their families on the Raising Day of NSG. In a tweet, the Prime Minister said the NSG plays a crucial role in India's security apparatus. He said it has been associated with utmost courage and professionalism. The Prime Minister said India is proud of NSG's efforts to keep India safe and secure. Prime Minister Narendra Modi paid tributes to the brave Baba Banda Singh Bahadur on the 350th Jayanti. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said he lives in the hearts of millions and is remembered for his sense of justice. Mr. Modi said he made many efforts to empower the poor.
Senior BJP leader and Union Minister Prakash Javadekar has criticized the Lok Janashakti Party chief Chirag Paswan for trying to mislead the people of Bihar by taking names of senior BJP leaders during ensuing assembly elections in Bihar. Talking to media, Mr. Javadekar said Chirag Paswan has chosen a separate path in Bihar as LJP is not an ally of NDA in this state. He said the BJP do not have any B or C team and there is only one team of NDA comprising of the BJP, Janata Dal United, Hindustani Awam Morcha and Vikashsheel Insan Party.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी के वरिष्ठ नेताओं का नाम लेकर वो भ्रम फैलाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। ये झूठ बयानबाजी सफल नहीं होगी। हमारी एक ही मजबूत टीम है, बीजेपी, जेडीयू, हम और वीआईपी, 4 पार्टियों का हमारा गठबंधन एनडीए मजबूती से चुनाव लड़ रहा है। 3/4 बहुमत से विजयी होगा और हम कांग्रेस, आरजेडी और माले इस अपवित्र गठबंधन को हराएंगे।
In Bihar, the nomination process for the second phase of assembly elections in 94 assembly constituencies ended today. The scrutiny of the nomination papers will be held tomorrow. The last date of withdrawal of candidature is 19th of this month. For this phase, polling will be held on the 3rd of November. According to the state CEO office, 1,062 nominations have been filed so far in the second phase. The detailed report is awaited. Among the prominent candidates, son of Congress leader Shatrughan Sinha, Love Sinha, today filed his nominations from Bankipur constituency as Congress nominee. Former MLA Guddi Devi filed her nomination from Runni Saidpur Assembly segment as LJP nominee. For the third phase, so far 63 nominations have been filed. The campaigning for the 71 assembly constituencies has picked up momentum. Star campaigners of BJP, JDU and RJD are addressing rallies in poll-bound areas. More from our correspondent.
BJP President JP Nadda addressed election rallies at Barahat and Hiswa in support of NDA candidates. Mr. Nadda said Prime Minister Narendra Modi has given a special package of rupees 1,25,000 crore rupees for development work. He said an additional amount of 40,000 crore rupees has been also provided. Bihar election in charge and former Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Devendra Fadnavis, and senior BJP leader Sushil Kumar Modi also addressed several rallies. On the other hand, JDU President and Chief Minister Nitish Kumar addressed rallies at Imamganj, Obra, Purtha and Belaganj. The RJD today started its poll campaign formally. Chief Ministerial candidate of Grand Alliance and RJD leader Tejasvi Prasad Yadav said in Jagdishpur that during the 15 years of rule, Chief Minister Nitish Kumar has failed to eradicate poverty in the state. Dharmendra Kumar Rai, AIR News, Patna.
The Lok Janashakti Party LJP today released its second list of 53 party candidates. Sitting MLAs Raju Tiwari and Rajkumar Shah have been re-nominated from Gobindganj and Lalganj assembly seats. The LJP has given tickets to several rebel candidates who joined the party quitting BJP, JDU and RJD. This is All India Radio giving you the news.
अरे भाई सुना तुमने? अरे इस मुश्किल समय में सरकार ने हम कामगारों की मदद के लिए एक और बड़ा कदम उठाया है।
कौन सा कदम?
पात्रता के नियमों में छूट के साथ ESIC ने अटल बीमित व्यक्ति कल्याण योजना के तहत मिलने वाली राहत राशि को बढ़ाकर दुगना कर दिया है। हाँ,
अच्छा, पात्रता की शर्तों को पूरा करने वाले जरूरतमंद बीमित व्यक्ति राहत के लिए ऑनलाइन दावा www.esic.in पर करें। अधिक जानकारी के लिए अपने नजदीकी ESIC शाखा कार्यालय से संपर्क करें या फिर टोल फ्री नंबर 1800-112526 पर कॉल करें।
The Labour Ministry has dismissed reports in a section of the media appearing under the caption "Government employees set to get more DA." The ministry said the Labour Bureau will release new series of Consumer Price Index for industrial workers with 2016 as base year on the 21st of this month. This index is used for revision of the earners' allowance payable to government employees and workers in the organised sector. The ministry said it had never stated that the new index would lead to a hike in salaries of industrial workers and government employees. It will depend on the behaviour of new series, which is too early to predict at this stage. Road Transport and Highways Minister Nitin Gadkari today inaugurated and laid the foundation stones for 16 national highways projects in Andhra Pradesh. The total length of the road is 1,411 km. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Gadkari said that the length of the national highways in Andhra Pradesh before May 2014 was 4,193 km, which has now increased to 6,860 km. He said there has been an increase of 64% in the length of the national highway during past 6 years. In Jammu and Kashmir, after the overwhelming response to government's Back to Village initiative, Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha today reviewed the preparedness for the upcoming My Town, My Pride initiative for the municipal areas at the Raj Bhavan in Srinagar. The two-day-long program will be held in urban local bodies on the 19th and the 20th of this month, during which camps for public service delivery would be set up. More from our Srinagar correspondent.
Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha called for all-out efforts for achieving the goal of the two-day-long program to empower the urban local bodies in Jammu and Kashmir by reaching out to urban population living in towns with governance at their doorsteps and ensuring on-the-spot redressal of their issues and grievances. He exhorted the officers to use this initiative to strengthen the urban local self-governance and own the program to serve the people with responsive, accountable and participatory governance. Giving thrust to the development activities, Rs 50 lakhs, Rs 1 crore and Rs 5 crores will be released to each municipal committee, municipal council and municipal corporation respectively. Mr. Sinha said that funds should be used judiciously for the visible impact on the ground. He laid special emphasis on the time-bound delivery and issuance of important documents, certificates, revenue services, besides ensuring maximum saturation of social security and beneficiary-oriented schemes and ensuring mobilization of funds towards meaningful developmental activities as per the needs of the local population. This is Sunil Kohl for AR News from Srinagar.
In Jammu and Kashmir, Sri Mata Vaishno Devi Shrine Board has made elaborate arrangements to facilitate large number of pilgrims who are likely to visit the holy cave shrine during Navaratras commencing from tomorrow. CEO Shrine Board Ramesh Kumar took stock of arrangements at Darshani Deuri, Banaganga, Adkuari, Tharakot Marg, Sanji Chat, Himkoti Marg, Bhavan and at other locations en route Katra to Bhavan. The renowned Sabarimala temple in Kerala will be opening for devotees from tomorrow after a 6-month-long break. After the break, devotees will throng the famous Lord Ayappa temple, Sabarimala, from tomorrow onwards. The temple doors open for the rituals in the Malayalam month of Thulam this morning, whereas the pilgrims will be allowed only from tomorrow. It is for the first time the temple is reopening for devotees amid the COVID-19 outbreak. In IPL cricket, Kolkata Knight Riders have won the toss and elected to bat first against Mumbai Indians at Abu Dhabi. When the news last came in, Kolkata Knight Riders were 111 runs for the loss of 2 wickets in 17.2 overs. Karnataka Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa today interacted with the people affected by rain fury in 12 districts in the state. Speaking to media persons later, he said a sum of 85.49 crore rupees is being released to these districts to take up relief and rescue measures. And now let us take a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow. The temperature in the national capital Delhi will hover between 16 and 34 degrees Celsius. It will have mainly clear sky. In Mumbai, there will be generally cloudy sky with light rain. The minimum temperature will be 25 degrees Celsius and the maximum will be around 32 degrees. Chennai will have generally cloudy sky with light rain or drizzle. The temperature will hover between 26 and 34 degrees Celsius. Kolkata will witness partly cloudy sky with possibility of moderate rain or thunderstorm. The metropolis will be having 27 degrees and 36 degrees Celsius as the minimum and the maximum temperature. On to the north, in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, the minimum temperature will be 17 degrees Celsius in Jammu, while the maximum will be around 34 degrees. The city will have mainly clear sky. Srinagar and Ladakh will have mainly clear sky. Gilgit will experience mainly clear sky, becoming partly cloudy towards afternoon or evening. The temperature will hover between 8 and 24 degrees Celsius. In Muzaffarabad, there will be mainly clear sky. The minimum temperature will be 10 degrees and the maximum 33 degrees Celsius. And now, before we close, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says MSP and government procurement of crops are essential components of food security. Prime Minister hails Food and Agriculture Organization for ensuring food security across the globe. Government extends concessional rate of 40% discount on cargo movement between India and Chabahar port in Iran for 1 year. COVID-19 recovery rate reaches 87.56%. And in IPL cricket, Kolkata Knight Riders face Mumbai Indians at Abu Dhabi. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website newsonair.com and News on AIR app. And with that, we end the evening news. Good night.